We're just looking at Jordan Cox over there with his top off.
Oh, yeah. That's what a man looks like.
That's what a man looks like. I don't want to be one.
That's because you're not a man.
Anyway, so here we are again, Tony. Off the back of a great win against Castleford, a great 40 minutes. And as we just had a little chat too, I said we took our foot off the gas a little bit, but you don't think so, and what's your reason behind that?
Yeah, it's probably not giving enough credit to our opponents. They had a reaction.
Yep.
Their coach would have been fuming, and they would have been too in that first half. I don't think we necessarily took our foot off the gas. I think it was a bit of a response there, and I think, as you know, we put some pressure on ourselves to get out a big performance and a good performance, and we did that, and we invested a lot in that, of energy in that first half too, and there were some absolutely brilliant passages of play,
yep.
and I think as a team effort it's as good as we've performed for a few years really. So but the other thing, I probably made some substitutions in the second half that with a little bit of an eye on Easter, the Easter
yep.
break, and some people that would have probably played a little bit more game time didn't, and I gave some other people who were a bit unfit and out of shape, like Jordan Cox over there.
Yeah, I agree with that. A
little bit more game time than he probably deserves. However, we'll get benefits even of that down the track.
Yep.
It gave us a chance to play some people in and give some game time to them that probably haven't had it in the past, and that's what a good first half performance can do for you. It can allow you to put some people in cotton wool for the following week, or play some people who need playing.
We've also shown some great character and determination to get the wins. Obviously the last kick of the game against Salford, which was an unbelievable kick, because we've tried to get Chrissy to do it again in training. He's missed every one.
He'll argue with you.
And then the comeback against Catalans. How far away as well do you think we are from a full 80 minutes performance? And that's quite frightening. If you go off the 40 minutes that we put in against Castleford and the great determination we've got to claw them wins back, how far away do you think we are, and what area do you think we'd need to work on to get that?
I should be asking you. It's you guys who have to do it. Hey, listen, we're working hard, and I don't think it's fair to set even a scoreline like 38-0 as a barometer of what we can do. We're going to play really well at times this year and have a closer scoreline.
Yep.
We're going to. I think our performance last week was, dominant and was put us in a position to certainly go on and win the game. But we're going to have some hard-fought games again where we play really well, and there'll be little passages that we'll look at and say we can do even better. But it's rare to get a whole 80 minutes go your way.
Yep.
Last week was probably as close to it as we've had for a long time, and probably longer than most teams get to dominate a game. Mm-hmm. We probably had a 10-minute period where we didn't dominate, where they put a couple back on our chin.
Yep.
Not very often you can say in any sort of game that you dominated for 70 minutes. So, we've done all right there.
And he hasn't paid me to say this, but how big of a signing, or re-signing should I say, is it bringing John Clark back to the club? And for me personally, I've not felt as quick and as strong and as powerful as I do at the moment for many years. And can you just say, as a coach, how do you feel he's gone and what he's brought to the club?
He's brought lots to us, and some of it's fitness and strength and speed. Some of it's buy-in. You've got to believe in the people that are delivering. And I think he's got credibility. He's a former, past legend of the.
Not long retired either, is he?
Not long retired. Credibility. He's tough. He was a worker himself. So when he asks you to do stuff, that he would have done it as well. And so there's all that. But JC's been terrific for us, and I think everybody here respects him, and that's a big part of being a conditioner. But I'm also going to say his partnership with Ben Sterling, and and Ben is his line manager and heads up the whole sports science side of things, and I think, but they're working in partnership, and I think that's been really, a big strength of the club as well, and for the club. So while JC gets a lot of, the accolades about how fit we are, it is the combination of Ben and John, but most importantly, it's down to the hard work that the players are prepared to put in. And I know players have trained hard in the past, and you have, but I think when you put that extra bit in and that desire's there, it's more powerful. And you guys have bought in this year, and you're working really hard for one another, and that's been the important ingredient. Sometimes the coaches can help that come out, but it's there from within, and it's really down to the players' big efforts. I
think as well, on the back of that, the squad that we have now, everybody's fighting for positions. Now we've got such a great squad, strength in depth, and nobody's position's safe. So we are pushing each other, and that was. From the start, week one of training, that showed. Everybody knew straight away that you had to be at your best. You had to be at your best in training. You have to be at your best in games, and that's what's spurring us on and pushing us. And that must be great for you to see as a coach, knowing that as well.
Yeah, it's taken a bit of a broadside in the last few weeks. We've lost 3 in 3 weeks for a little bit longer, term injuries than we would have liked, and I would have liked that pressure to be kept on a little longer. But we've got some people who will return from injury not too far off as well, which will add that competition for places, and there's some young boys who haven't had their shot just yet as well that will get their shot in the near future, and once they get it, they won't want to relinquish their chance. But I'm also going to say to you, I think our players are better prepared from the experience that some of the young boys got last year as well. They look way more at home, and George King, for instance, probably played more first grade than we would have planned for last year. This year we're benefiting from his experience of last year.
And his short kicks.
And his short kickoffs, but nothing shocks us anymore about George. But, he's deservedly playing first grade and playing really well at the moment. Whereas, last year he was probably in because we had injuries. There's a difference about us in many ways this year, and I think some of the other additions that we've brought in have strengthened us as well, and halfbacks, and along with Joe Westerman and Jack Hughes, and Tommy's going to come into his own a bit more as the drier pitches, when he stops sinking into the pitch.
The flying pig.
You can call him that.
But and finally, obviously, you like to push us for life after rugby, and talk to us a lot about what we want to do as people and as players. And I've started an apprenticeship as a barber. So would you ever let me loose with the scissors on your hair?
I would. I don't fancy my modelling career as it is, and I don't think we can spoil it. So absolutely, I'll do that. You give me a shout when, as long as the only thing that may worry me is that razor bit, around.
I'll make it extra sharp, don't we?
Well, we'll wait until there's been a good week for you rather than a week where I have to speak to you about form. Can I also say, I think we were the two to kick this off originally. They were the first
and now look at it. It's going down really well.
It's getting better and better, and they've done it full circle. So well done. I think you've done a good job there, and you set the platform for everybody else. Cox thinks he's number one at it.
He thinks he's number one at everything now. So
he's way off.
Thank you.